Everybody, it's JJ's Art, and I'm going to be convincing you, yes, you, why we need to talk about Pig Latin and secret languages in general more often, because it's so cool. And I'm going to be drawing my OC in the background. So first off, what even is Pig Latin? Well, according to Wikipedia, English teachers, please put down the pitchforks. A Pig Latin is a language game or cant, which is actually like a language that is intentionally made to exclude a group or like mislead an outside group, which is really cool. Well, like not the exclusion part, we don't do that here, but I just think it's cool to have like a secret language. And when you're a child, this thing is the thing, like secret languages are like the big deal. But like all of a sudden people get older and now it's like, oh no, too cool. No, actually, secret languages are cool now. I am telling you they're cool now. Because everyone want to be whimsy, but no one want to learn Pig Latin. So I think another thing that's very interesting about Pig Latin is that it's literally like the embodiment of cants. Like cants are supposed to be misleading and stuff like that. Pig Latin has nothing to do with pigs nor Latin. It is for the name is for total delight and glee only. Like it doesn't have anything to do with the actual thing, which of course, love it. Pig Latin used to be called Hog Latin, and I kind of like that it's not called Hog Latin anymore, because you could have reasoned that like, oh, hogwash, nonsense. No, Pig Latin. It was probably called Hog Latin because like that's the name that was more commonly used for pig, like back in the wee old times. But I like that we're like, nah, we're gonna say pig, because you can't reason Pig Latin. Like there's no reason for that name. Hog Latin, you could try like hogwash, but Pig Latin, One thing I do find also incredibly interesting on Pig Latin and secret languages and all of that jazz is that they also they go beyond borders. Like even in Sweden, they have the Fikonspiraket, which translate to fig language, and I also imagine it doesn't really make sense. And this is also very like different, or like I don't want to say. I think language in general is interesting, but what's particularly interesting about this language is that it is intentionally jabberwocky, like it's intentionally confusing, which I think we see a lot with like minority dominated languages, even with like different types of pigeons and AAE and things like that. And I just find that very cool and very interesting. Like right now I am trying and potentially failing to learn sign language. I should probably tell you how to learn Pig Latin. I am going to talk about sign language later, but take the first consonant, or the first like collective consonant, like the first like few, like 2 or 3 consonants, you put it at the back of the word or end of the word, and you add AY. I'll take Pig Latin for example. I put the P at the end, and then I add AY, and then I put the L at the end, and I add AY, and then we become Ig Pay Atende, and that's how you speak it. Okay, back to sign language. Not that like sign language is a secret language, but it is a very interesting language. I'm going to be specifically talking about ASL. Now with ASL, it's very interesting because I think a lot of people presume that ASL is just like another English, or it's English, which it really isn't actually. There was this person from Connecticut named Thomas Hopkins Benedict. He had a neighbor who had a child that was deaf, and he really wanted to teach that girl how to communicate and things like that. And he had heard that Europe had like deaf education, so he went to Europe and he met this French teacher. He and the French teacher worked together to create ASL, and then went back to Connecticut to establish the first deaf school, which is like the coolest thing ever. So no, ASL isn't English, but it is a very interesting language. And when I was learning it, like even the grammar and stuff like that, like I remember when I was learning my name is, like there's no sign for is. It's just my name is Joy, and just showing how it has its own complex grammar, and it's really cool. And obviously, like any language is very, very hard to learn, but like it's just really cool, like, because I thought it was gonna take me ages to even learn like how to introduce myself, how to be polite, but like there's some things I know now that I know, like, even if I haven't I haven't practiced my sign for a month, I still remember how to do it, and I would still know how to greet a deaf person if I met a deaf person, which is like really cool. And I just love like things that make the world more inclusive, because it helps everyone. I've heard of like construction workers or people who work or live in very loud areas learning sign language so that they can see and still communicate without having to yell and still not being heard. And even so, like, obviously sign language is not a secret language. Like, anyone can learn sign language. Heck, anyone can learn Pig Latin. I literally just told you like a minute ago how to learn Pig Latin. But I just think it's really awesome how a lot of the interesting or cool languages or secrets, quote unquote secret languages, are kind of inseparably tied to like minorities or like people who have been marginalized in the past, and how the language itself is echoing the history, it's taking something like exclusion, marginalization, oppression, all these ugly things in the world, and turning it into something beautiful, and turning it into something playful and fun, and also necessary for survival. Like, I think it's similar to the way like food is it's needed for survival, and we could have made it this really boring, bland thing, but no, we took something that was survival needs and made it something beautiful and fun. And I think that's all a testament to the human spirit. Not just taking the ugly stuff and making it beautiful, because we definitely take like beautiful stuff and make it ugly all the time, all the freaking time. But I'm just saying, like, the perseverance, And that is the video on trying to convince you to talk about Pig Latin and secret languages with your friends more often, or at the very least let you know what Pig Latin is, how to speak Pig Latin, some really cool ASL history, or like just some background noise when you're drawing, which is fair. I also do that. You can check out my comic Skull Styles on Webtoon. Yeah, have a good day, drink some water, bye.